So here's my situation. My family loves the Nintendo Switch and we have it in a couple locations, but we don't have enough areas that we can charge it. So I'm on the market for something just like this. Unitek actually reached out to me and said, would you like to do a review video on a Switch dock, a third-party one, and in fact, that's something that I've been looking for. What I had in mind is something that was less expensive than the original one, something that's open-face that allows me to play a Nintendo Switch docked while connected to a controller, something that can plug into a television, and maybe this has everything that I'm looking for. Let's find out. So let's jump right in with the unboxing. I'm going to show you everything that this comes with, everything it's capable of doing, and some things that it's not capable of doing. There are differences between this dock and the official Nintendo Switch. The biggest one is the price, but there's some other things that we'll talk about. On the back of this unit, you have USB power, a USB 3 port, and HDMI out. Now, you may have noticed this does not come with a power supply, but it is recommended that you use an official Nintendo Switch power supply with this unit. I think that works out pretty good because you might be buying this to replace a broken dock, but you already have the power supply. But if you don't, you can always buy that separately. Here it is for size comparison next to an iPhone. You'll note that this Unitek Switch dock is actually pretty small, about the same size as this Anbernic. I think that makes it good and small, easy to take with you. You can travel, like, hey, you can bring this Anbernic and your Unitek and your Switch, and you could fit it all in a tiny little case. How cute. So first, let's talk about some of the things that this unit is incompatible with. You cannot watch protected content like YouTube videos or Hulu content, Netflix, any streaming platform with this dock plugged into your television. Now keep in mind, it only is this problem when you try to watch it on your television. It will get blocked because the Switch thinks you might be trying to copy the content, and so they have to restrict it. But if you're just watching the content on the Switch itself, it's fine. It's totally fine. Now, if you need this feature, you probably want to go with an official Nintendo Switch dock. But if you don't need this feature, this is where you can save money. Now, what I really love about this dock is how it works with the Nintendo Switch Lite, which allows you to set it on a table and you can play right against that Nintendo Switch Lite with your Pro Controller paired to it. It's charging while you're playing it. I think they picked a very good angle for it to be working with you. So if you take a look at the original Nintendo Switch, it has that stand in the back, which is pretty sweet, but the Lite doesn't have that. So this is a great solution where you have the dock, it's on a stand, it's being charged, and you can play the game and just have fun. Now, keep in mind, in this scenario, Nintendo Switch Lite does not support HDMI out, and this dock does not magically give it that capability. So keep that in mind. Just because it's compatible with the Nintendo Switch Lite doesn't mean you're going to get HDMI out. That's just a feature that the Lite doesn't support. So I want to show you some of the prices, but I'm concerned sometimes the prices do change over time. But take a look right now. The Unitek switching dock is available for $25.99, but there's an additional 10% coupon that's available in the link that you click down below. But I want to show you some of the other options, and keep in mind, you'll want to use the official Nintendo Switch AC adapter. Even though it's USB-C, Nintendo uses a non-standard voltage and amperage for their units, so when you connect it to the Unitek Switch, they actually recommend that use the official Nintendo Switch power supply. That way, when the Switch is playing, when you're playing the Switch and it's drawing power from the original power adapter. There's a lot of docks out there that come with an actual power supply and people use it, and there has been some where the Nintendo Switch actually fried with certain firmware, and you definitely don't want to be in that situation. So highly recommend that you use the official power supply, and that way you'll avoid that. And this particular unit doesn't come with a power supply, and it's less expensive. Now, if you wanted that official dock, $79 at GameStop right now, but it's pre-owned. So you can see you can save some of that money. And Amazon has those available. Check this out. This is crazy. I was just looking at it. So if you say a Nintendo Switch dock and you try to find the price on the official Amazon Nintendo store, they got all of these different options out there, but you try to find that official one. Where's it at? Hold on. So here's the official one. I can't believe it. Like Nintendo Switch dock, Nintendo store, you want to get that dock, $149. Now, it says that Newegg has it for $104, but you can go to the Nintendo official site. Currently, $59 is an option, and it's weird, man. All of these prices are crazy. They fluctuate, and then there's all these different brands of docks that come with a power supply. Some don't come with a power supply. This is my recommendation. If you're going to go with the Unitek Switch, use the official power supply, and you do that combination, you can save some money. And this one will be small, and it has all those features that I think are really cool, where you can play it while it's charging. It's a pretty cool dock. Now, there's a couple things that I want to mention. On Amazon, this unit says it has 4K HDMI, but that is not the case. The Nintendo Switch doesn't support 4K, and it doesn't look like this unit does any type of upscaling. When I looked at the image quality, it looks 1080p, doesn't look scaled up in any sort of way. So I guess it means like 4K compatible, like it'll work with the television that's 4K, but that's inaccurate. And there's another thing I wanted to mention. There's actually a couple different units that they have. The one that they sent me was just the standard one, basically USB-C, and even show in the picture, use that Nintendo Switch power supply and HDMI cable. You can plug that into your Nintendo Switch, and then you press this button, as you saw in the video. It takes about 5 seconds for it to transfer from playing it on the Nintendo Switch screen to the television when it's not a light, right? The light doesn't support any screen output to HDMI. Again, right here, 4K output. Sure, this is the picture quality of what 4K would be and 1080p. But again, Nintendo Switch do not natively support 4K, so ignore this part. This is completely inaccurate, and they should probably update the website and not include this information. I don't know why they have justification to be able to show that. But also, here are the different versions. So there's the Nintendo Switch version, which is the one that I got. There's this one that has additional USB ports on the side, but it also comes with an Ethernet port. So I'm assuming that you plug that in, you can get a higher speed on your online gameplay. I was only able to test it with Wi-Fi, which is just using the Nintendo Switch's Wi-Fi, so I can't comment necessarily on the Ethernet, but I would imagine that if you want faster ping rates or something like that, that's possible. And it also, the Nintendo Switch with Ethernet, this one comes in a different color, and so that may be something that you may enjoy, the different qualities. So check out the link in the description and check out the different videos that are available on this Amazon, and you have to make the choice if this is something that is interesting to you. All right, so I'd love to hear your comments down below. Is this something you're interested in? Don't forget about that 10% off coupon code down below that are running a special right now, right on Amazon. So if you want to pick up one of these, it's a great charger. You'll have to pick up your own power supply. And remember, the official Nintendo Switch power supply is what is recommended, but there are some third parties online, also on Amazon. If you want to take a risk with that, that is up to you. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you guys in the next video.